create a large format Pages document or a Word document if you have a Windows machine. It's pretty much similar. I'm going to go down and launch Pages on my Mac. Give it a single click, it'll boot off the dock on the bottom. It will open up. I'm going to create a new document. And my templates right now are just blank, plain template. I'm going to open that one. I have horizontal or vertical. Since I'm doing a large landscape, I'm going to start with a blank landscape and double click to open that, or single click on create, either one. This opens a document, and right now it's in a word processing mode. We see a flickering I-beam symbol right there. I'm going to go to documents right here. On the upper right corner, go down to where it says document body and click once on that and convert. What it's doing is converting this document from a word processor to a page layout program. Now, the page size, if I go to my zoom over here on the left side, is 75%. You can see it's 8.5 by 11, but it is in landscape mode. You can see right here it says 8.5 by 11 inches. I don't need a header or a footer for this document since it's going to be a banner. I don't need ligatures down here, but I'm going to leave that alone. Now what I'm going to do is going to go to File, Page Setup. Now under Page Setup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here where it says US Letter. I'll click on that, and I'm going to go to Manage Custom Sizes. Now, we made a poster already, a scale. We have a banner right here. I created that, but I want to show you how to create a new one. So I'm going to do the plus button and double click on where it says Untitled. And when we double click, we can rename it. And I'm going to call this Banner 2. And here's where we can choose the width and the height for our document. Now, we had a 40 by 60, right? So we're going to do 60 and 40. Now that's inches by default, so I don't have to put inches. User defined. I'm going to take out any margins on the document. So I'm going to do 0 on the keyboard, hit tab on the keyboard, and 0 again, tab, 0, tab, 0. That's a quick way to go through and modify this document without any slowdown in productivity. I'm going to click OK, and now when I click OK again, look at what we got, guys. It zoomed way out. It's still at 76. I need to go all the way down to 25 to even see. Ooh, and look, my height and my width got wrong positioning. So that was an error, so I need to go back and do it again. Page Setup. Instead of Other, I'm going to go to Banner 2 and hit OK. And now we should be at the size we need. I'm going to go down to fit width. Now I'm zoomed out as far as I can go. This is a pretty big document, but it is indeed. Let me make my page full screen. Maybe that'll help. And no, it doesn't help. 25%. There we go. So not exactly the size I wanted, but it is a larger format document. So you would create any file you want. I'll hit escape to get back. Page Setup. One more time. I'm going to go to Custom Size, and we're going to do plus. I'm going to do this, call this Wide Banner. Wide Banner. And my width is going to be, let's do 60 by 20. That's what it was supposed to be, right? That's 20 by 40. User defined, yes. And again, 0, tab, 0, tab, 0, tab, 0. Quick way to go through that. And click on that. White banner, click on that. And there we go. That's what I was looking for. So if I widen my screen out here, you can see, oh, there it is. Perfect. So that, my friends, is how we do a large format document in Pages. And I can just lay graphic shapes in here. I can have all these different shapes to start with. So I'm going to lay in one of my favorite shapes. And because it's a banner, I can scale this up. This is a vector shape, by the way, in Pages. So I can do place this anywhere I want. I'll do a text box, T for text box. It's white text on this, or it's actually black type. But since I'm such a large document, I'm going to type cool and highlight that, Command A. Click on Format over here on the right side. Go down to my size of my type right here. I can hold this arrow, up arrow, and as I do that, you can see my text is enlarging on the screen. And again, containers, just like Illustrator, containers for the size of the type you need. I can make this text, when I click on text here, centered, and in the middle of this box, bold. I can choose different title sizes, headings, but that was wrong. I can highlight here and I can do 300 for the size and hit return on the keyboard, and now my type is 300 points. You get the idea. So, and I can place that right there. So you get the idea. I can place in text, I can place in graphics, shapes, I can add media. Now this way I can do photos, image gallery, movies, music, record audio. Don't know why you'd want to record audio for a banner, but if I go to choose right here, it's going to take me outside of my application. I can go to, in order I want to get my image, so I'm going to go down here to, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to go to photos here, a little quicker way than doing it from the photo library. If I had a folder set up somewhere on my desktop to make it easier, let's do that. So I'm going to go to Documents, Desktop Items, Palomar, and I'm going to go to Illustrator, and I'm going to choose any one of these files. Now remember this, 300 dpi is the preferred format for anything you're going to print. So anything I have here, if I bookmarks, anything like that, I can do Illustrator files. Let's use this one, and it's going to insert at its current scale. Now this is an Illustrator file, but will it be, let's view this at 100%, so let's go to 100% here, and that's pretty good. Nice render photography. I can scale it up. It's still going to be crisp because it's an Illustrator file. Remember that? It's an Illustrator file. So now if I zoom back out to 50%, render photography, cool. All right, now if I go to File, Export to, well, let's save this first. Let's go to File, Save, and we're going to save this in Desktop Items, Palomar, and 2020, and Banners, and I'll just call it, actually I'll just put it in our folder here, and I'm going to call this Banner Test. Actual Banner Cool. It's a Pages document, which is an editable Word style document. By the way, with this application, I can come over here and I can put styles on this, like drop shadows, but I don't want that because I need to have that crisp and clean. I can change the color of the type by highlighting it, click on this chip right here, or I can click on this little color wheel, and I have a color selector here, different modes of selecting colors. If I'm doing CMYK, I want to make sure I go to Web Safe Colors, Crayon, let's see, there we go, RGB sliders, CMYK sliders. So now every adjustment I do here is a CMYK value, so we can actually do CMYK on this document. Okay, so let's make this a cool green, and I can save this color for future use by dragging the little sampler right there. Cool. All right, now I am going to go back to File and Command S to update the change I made. And let's say I'm done with this document and I want to export it. I'll go to File, Export to PDF. And just like the previous video on how to export PDFs, best quality, I can require a password if I need to, include smart annotations, advanced options, accessibility, on, always choose accessibility on for your features in a PDF document. Next, and it's going to want to know where I want to save it, which is going to be the same place the other one was, in my our class folder, and Banner Cool PDF, export, and now it's exporting that document. It's very quick, actually. Not a lot of stuff here. I could have brought a photograph in, but always make sure the photograph is exactly the size you need, 300 dpi resolution for our banner. So I'm going to quit Pages now, File, Quit Pages, quit Pages, and I'm going to go back to our desktop items in the Finder, Palomar 2020. There's the banner PDF right there. Okay, so cancel, that wants to open from the document. So I'm going to go to Finder, then to Desktop Files, Palomar, our folder for our class. Here's that file. I can hit spacebar to preview it on a Mac, which is really kind of cool. And if I want to open that, I have two options. I can open with Adobe Acrobat. By default, that's not my favorite, but it's a very good application. Preview on the Mac is my favorite for looking at PDFs and printing PDFs. And there it is, the banner. Great graphics, good style, clean, everything like that. So that's how you do that. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to close these windows, and I hope you got a lot of lessons out of that.